Welcome to episode number 1 of MLS Mondays. Today, everybody, we're going to call some realtors. We're going to get some properties under contract, and we're going to sell those contracts to investors and try to make an assignment fee. You don't think you can wholesale on MLS? Well, let me tell you something. You can. 2 days ago, we found a house in Richardson, reached out to the realtor, got the price down, and then sold that deal to an investor, and we made $15,000. That was split between me on the dispo side, or us at our company, and also the acquisition wholesaler who found it. So someone just like you who went on MLS, found a deal, made thousands of dollars, and spent zero. Can you guys hear me all right? I am so excited for this because today, y'all, we're not just going to use Zillow. No, we're going to use Batchleads. And I'll talk about why here in a second. But truly, I believe that Batchleads, out of all the real estate wholesaling softwares, and you guys know I love my real estate wholesaling softwares. I love XLeads. I love Deal Machine. They all have their use cases. Batchleads is really the best for on-market wholesaling. It's also really good if you want to integrate with their batch dialer, multi-line dialer, and it's actually really good at comping. So all in all, if you're going to really just focus on market, like that is your strategy. You love realtors. You're weird if you love realtors, but you love realtors. Yeah, you're like Olivia. You love realtors. You love getting pocket listings, and you just want to be the MLS king or queen. Well, I would seriously consider Batchleads. You're going to see how amazing the software is for it. I'm new to Batchleads, but I've absolutely been loving it for on-market MLS. Yes, it does other things, but that's where it is the strongest. Let me make sure I go live on Facebook. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But we're going to get looking at some properties and then calling some agents here in a second. And also show you what properties to focus on. StreamYard, for whatever reason, decides not to go live on Facebook by itself. So I have to go in here every time, go to edit audience, go to public, and now we're live on Facebook. Cool. Let's do this. So this is Batchleads. It looks awesome. It's really easy to use. I'll show you everything. If you guys are interested, I would use code SOUP at, actually, is SOUP? I don't know if SOUP works on this yet. Anyways, I have an affiliate link down in the description down below. I'll also pin it in the comments. Make sure to use that because it helps me out. But yeah, obviously you guys all know Batchleads. Awesome software. I think it starts at, what's the plan? It's pretty much like everything else. Starts at about $120 a month. And what do you get for that? Well, you get a lot. It also has unlimited free skip tracing. But today, we're really going to be focusing on some of these cool AI features and also the on-market stuff. So just so you guys know, you guys can go higher in the plans, but I think I would start here if you're really trying to focus on market. We're not going to use Zillow today. Goodbye, Zillow. So what I like about this, y'all, is where should we focus? So if we want to look for these really good, like, brick 3-bedroom 2-bathroom houses with an ARV between like 250 and like 600, that's the sweet spot here in Dallas Fort Worth for wholesaling, because that's what end buyers want. So you sort of think, what does your end buyer want and what does your retail end buyer want, and you start to wholesale those properties. You know, your typical American, they don't want to live in the ghetto. If they have to, but they really want those types of houses. So that's what we're going to focus on. And so we're going to focus in those areas. What we're going to do is we're going to switch over to on market. And what I'm really liking about Batchleads is they actually have MLS data, like really good MLS data. So it's almost like using like Propelio, if you guys know Propelio, except you get all the agent information. So when we're on Zillow, I hate it because we'll pull up a property and we'll do that. We'll compare it. You try to call the agent and it's not their actual number. So you have to go to like har.com and it's annoying. So we can do this. So we're looking at all these properties are on market. Then we can actually click something that's called deal potential, which is pretty cool. And then we can look for properties within, like, this is probably like 70% of ARV or 80%. Like, let's drop that thing down. So that's pretty cool. Batchleads, if you're watching this, I'd sort of like to know what percentage I'm at. That'd be helpful. But anyways, let's drop this down to look at properties that are low percentage of ARV. So they're selling really cheap. Now, is this perfect? No, it's just taking the estimate. It's not going to be perfect, but for the most part, this should give us an idea of some more investment type properties. I've been fiddling around with it. I like it. Again, not perfect at all, but it's a fun feature to use. It gives you an idea. We can find some Some good little, like that one looks pretty good. And then you can also sort by a bunch of different filters. So we'll play around with this. We'll open up a few properties that look interesting. What else is looking interesting? If you guys see one, yell at me. Just start screaming in the chat. Be like, Max, that's a good one. What else? So what are we looking for? We're looking at properties that we can add value to. This one, that one's pending. I'll show you how to do a pending. You can call in there, put a backup offer in, try to build a connection with the realtor. What I like is you can just quickly go through the pictures. It's honestly just like using Zillow. These other softwares, it's a little bit harder for on market. So you can see we have all the pictures of these properties. Let me get out. I'm in too nice of an area right now. So, okay, there we go. We're at 46% of ARV. Let's bring that to about here. And there's also a ton of other filters you can do. You can get in here. We can filter. You can look for pre-foreclosure on market if you want to. So if you're like, I really want to find properties that are in pre-foreclosure on market, well, cool. Put a notice of sale, put these in there. Maybe not active auction. Bam. And then you would see if any come up. One property. Well, that's not a good one. But anyways, see if any of them come up. So there are a couple of these. These are all pending. But some of these could be good. So pre-foreclosure on market's always good, especially if you're trying to do sub 2. That's a list I've always liked to call. I mean, they're really motivated, and sometimes these realtors just don't know what the heck is going on. And also, those realtors could be good for pocket listings because it seems like they may be getting more pre-foreclosures. So we can close out pre-foreclosures. You can just play around with these filters. You can get so many cool things. You can look for like, hey, they've owned the house for a certain amount of time. Hey, I'm want to focus on sub 2, so let's look for mortgages under this. Tons of different things. So what I like also is the MLS description, the keywords. So if we hop into the Discord, y'all, you guys know I do this all the time. Scroll down to MLS filters, grab these filters. These are going to pretty much filter for investment properties. So you guys can look for percentage of ARV to try to find good deals, or you can just throw in these filters, I guess maximum of 15. Batchleads, fix that. And then you could just filter properties that way. So we could filter, let's say as is and a few other things. So we throw that in there and let it load. Let her load. Bang, we got 168 properties that came up. So we could pull these up on the side. I don't know. I've been liking using it. So we're going to pull up a few properties. I'll show you how to call them. I'll show you how to comp them. Let's see if we can get a little pocket listing going. Do I like this one? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That one's been active for 7 days. What other good ones we have? A lot of these are pending. So yeah, you can filter out pendings if you don't want to see those. God, how many of these are pending? Investors are buying. That one's too nice. You just take your time. You go through. This one's probably a banger. Yeah, that one's a banger. All right, let's get one more banger. That one's a banger. All right, cool. So now that we have all our bangers, we go in here. Oh, is it just pulled up the picture? Oh, dang it. Dang it. Well, anyways, I thought it was going to pull up the link. It just pulled up the picture. So, well, that was a big L on my side. Anyways, we'll just click these. Oh, you would have to like them. This is the problem when you do episode 1. Anyways, you can like them. That would have been better. I tried to create a new tab with them. There you go. Now it's in my favorites list. So that's what I would do. I'd go through, add properties to your favorites list that you guys want to call. So add them to your favorites list. And then just get in there and call them. So let's look at some of these deals. So you said, why'd you shave? I thought you were growing a pirate beard. Nah, man, I've been there. I've done that phase. We just got the mustache. Thoughts on Batch Dialer? I've used it. I've liked it. I think especially if you have a Batchleads, it hooks up really well. So you can create a list in here, export that list. It has unlimited free skip tracing. So here you see this phone number. Boom, that's the seller's phone number. It already skip traces for you. And then you can hook it up to Batch Dialer and start dialing. So I think Batch Dialer is the easiest to use multi-line dialer. There's a lot of multi-line dialers. Maybe some are better, right? Like Call Tools, Call Mojo, all those, whatever. But Batch Dialer is the easiest to use. So that's why I like them. So yeah, if you want to check out Batch Dialer, link in the description down below. I've used it. I've liked it. Okay, so what we're going to see here, guys, is we have all the information on the property. Here, what I like is you click MLS, immediately we get Boom, Brenda's phone number, Brenda's email. We don't have to go and looking for it. On Zillow, oftentimes you don't get that. So here, I'll show you a comparison. Let's flip over to this property on Zillow. And then I know you guys are going to get annoyed, like, Max, just start calling. Okay, we'll start calling. I'm just giving myself a little education on Batchleads. I've been playing around with this for the last few hours. Okay, here we go. Sometimes it gives you its phone number, sometimes it doesn't. So here it seemed to give us the phone number of Brenda, 214-679-1772. Here we have 214-679. But oftentimes it's not going to give you Brenda's phone number. It's only going to give you RE Max Premier, like the brokerage. And then you have to call the brokerage and dig for it. And it's a pain in the butt. And I hate doing that because it pisses me off. And it's a waste of my time. All right, so let's get out of Zillow. We have the house here. We have all the pictures. So we can immediately just call the agent and see what's going on. It's active. It's been on market for a little bit. How long has it been on market for? Been on market for 83 days. This is the information I gather before I call an agent. It's listed at $375. Software is saying after repair value $745. That seems super high. I have the map right here, so I'm just going to quickly pull it up. Far North Dallas, I don't think it's that. This is a 1968 2003 2-1. It's probably closer to an ARV of like, I don't know, like 450, I'd imagine, or something. But we can always comp it. If you want to comp it, we'd go to comparables. But we'll do that here in a little bit. Let's look at the property. Let's see. So 2,000 square foot house, guys. My little contractors. What do you think rehab is on this thing? What do you guys think? That's a disgusting kitchen. That is awful. So what do you guys think? I mean, it's actually rental quality almost right now, which is interesting. It's a bad foundation issues. I mean, look at that cracking. But it looks like someone came in and put new carpet. So, I mean, you could rent this if you just painted walls, right? So this could be a rental. So I would also think about completeness for rent. Yeah, $70K, I would say all day long for something like this. I think you nailed that. Let me get batch dialer question off the screen. But yeah, I mean, you could honestly spend $5,000 and to start renting this thing. So sort of interesting to look at the two different dynamics depending on who your end buyer is. You always look at deals two ways. If we wanted to comp it, this has been a joy to use. I've actually really been liking it. Let's comp this thing. All right, so we're going to jump on in. It's already going to filter all the stuff for us. Now we can see that neighbor's house here. Oh, so we're on a major street. We're on Arapahoe. That's a super major street. That's going to hurt values. Our house fronts to a major street. That's going to substantially hurt the value of our house. So it's good that we have a comp for another house that's on a major street. This one sold for $665. And there's unfortunately no pictures. But it looks like it was fully fixed up. So maybe I was off with my ARV. I think so. I was far off. So it looks like maybe ARV can be in the 6s on this one. Let's close that out. But yeah, the major street really hurts. So sometimes you just like to get a rough idea. Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice neighborhood. This is a good pocket of a neighborhood. See, this house was 7-something. It's a 3-2. Very similar house to ours. This one was very similar to ours, but again, that major street hurts it. So yeah, ARV is probably like in the 6 to 7s. Just quickly looking at data here. So now that we have our information, guys, you can quickly do some math in your head if you wanted to and be like, I don't know, 700 times 0.75 minus, let's say 70, and you want to budget at least 80K. So let's just say like absolute MAO would be like 445. So it's like, wait, it's listed at 375. So you're like, I think I may have something here, right? We would have to do a lot more comping because I think our ARV is high. Maybe our repairs is low for that area. But you can at least say we may have something here. So let's call that realtor and see what's going on with this house. All right, so flip over here. Let's call. Now, I don't usually do too much comping and calling. These next few properties we look at, I'm just going to call the agent immediately. Just get the information, run the numbers later, see if they're motivated. But I like to sometimes look at the data beforehand. So I'm still getting used to this whole software. Okay, there's the phone number. All right, cool. Let's call the realtor. I love Fizbos. So you can see a house that's not.
This is Brenda Manson with Remax Premier.
Oh, that one actually looks pretty good.
I missed your call. If you leave a message, I'll be happy to get back with you.
Huh, that one only sold for 4.3. Hi, my name is Maximilian Deer. I'm a realtor and investor. We're out of Las Colinas, and I noticed your property at 15645 Kings Crest. I was interested. We have a fund, and this looks like something that may fit our buy box. Just want to talk to you more about it, get an idea. I'm seeing, some foundation and some cracking. So just want to talk to you about it before I had maybe someone go and walk the property. So thank you so much, Brenda. Would love to do more deals with you. I would probably then just email Brenda or text her. But if you guys, one of you want to jump on this property, this one actually looks pretty interesting. So Olivia, I know you're like, holy shit, I'll jump on it. This one looks pretty interesting. What's the rent on something like this? Huh. This one does look interesting. I'm gonna quickly check rent here, guys. Because again, I'm sort of seeing this as like a potential rental other than just a fix and flip as well. Yeah, I think it needs a lot of foundation work. That cracking on the driveway looks terrible. I mean, the thing could use $20,000-$30,000 of foundation work. And that major street does hurt the value, but we do have that comp right there. So let me pull up a couple things while we do that. Okay, let's see. I'm pulling up rent estimates in the area. I'm seeing similar properties renting for around 2,200 that don't look that nice inside. So you can probably get 2,500 if it's really nice easily. Oh, sorry, not 22. Oh, Jesus. It glitched. 34. I was about to say, wow, that was so cheap. Yeah. No, rents are going in like the threes here. That's a stupid high rent. Yeah, this thing is screaming a pretty good property for rent. So if you're looking at properties here, you're opening it up on Propelio so y'all could see it. I mean, check this out. This one's on market for $3,050, but it's sort of a similar-ish house. This one's on market for 34. This one's pending at 33. This one got under contract at 26, but it's probably not nice inside. Yeah, so decent house. You can probably get 3K in rent, which is really not bad. Well, RFP walk an on-market property if it's a if it's a good deal, I'll make an exception. We usually don't, but if it's a good deal and it's maybe for our fund, we'll absolutely do it. So yeah, yes, there you go. Interesting one. I'd follow up with that agent, but I think that one probably has a lot of issues. So if you do talk to her, just get an idea of if she is an agent that gets a lot. So I always ask like, hi, Betty or whatever their name is. Do you have, do you get a lot of investment properties like this, or is this just a one-off? And they may say, oh yeah, I work with a lot of investors. I'm like, okay, cool. So like, are you a listing agent? Are you a buyer's agent? Like, tell me more. If they're a buyer's agent, then I turn them into, getting investors from them. But for you guys who are doing acquisitions, they're usually a listing agent if they listed the property. And then you say like, are most of your deals retail, like turnkey properties? Because that's not what I buy. I just buy ugly houses and I buy them cash. Like I'm your best buyer, or I know I work with a fund who buys, or I work with an investor who buys. Like, just get an idea of what they are. And if they say yes, then ask them like how many they're getting per month. Like actually vet them, spend the time. Like, hey, how many are you getting per month? Cool. Like what areas? Cool. Jot that in that information. I throw it into your CRM to say, okay, Betty gets 5 investment properties per month. They're usually brick 3.2s, ARVs around this. And they're not going to get annoyed from you guys. And if they are, they suck because they're literally asking legitimate questions. They should take you seriously. And they should be like, oh, wow, this person's just not your typical wholesaler. They're not wasting my time. So literally get their buy box, or what their sell box really is what you should say. And then I would follow up with them weekly. Now, if they say they get one a year, it's probably not the best agent, so I wouldn't really worry about them. I also rank my agents, so I put them on a score of 10 based off of how much of an investor agent they are that's going to get me deals. So if they're anywhere like 7 plus, I would follow up with those agents weekly, and you'd be surprised. You guys should get some dank pocket listings from that. So yeah, not a bad little deal. Still a little bit confused about comps just because it's on a major street, but that's one that you'd have to spend some time with. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's call some more. I'm actually getting a little bit different numbers here on Propelio, but I'll figure this all out later. Yeah, this one's a little tricky to comp. Anyways, we'll figure out later. Yeah, I think at ARV must be a lot lower. Okay, cool. Let's call some more. Huh. Hold on. Hold up here. We're getting a 775 right here and a 665er. And then here we're getting a no sailor and a 590er. This one sold for 590. I was never having problems. And then this one says it sold for 745. So which one? It said list price was 590. Sold. Yeah, it makes no sense. The sold price is wrong. Ah, shoot. Okay. Okay. That's a bit off. Okay, interesting. Weird. Let's keep track of this, everyone. Let's keep track of this. Interesting. Okay, cool. Let's flip back. So, I hope our data's better. Okay, let's find another property to call. All right, deal potential. Let's find a banger. If you guys have an on-market deal you want me to call, let me know. I put that down too low. Have you tried comparing skip tracing for all these sites for the same lists? Not skip tracing. Batchleads has very good data because they're batch data, and a lot of companies actually use batch data. So it all ends up being very similar between Deal Machine, X Leads, and batch data from what I've realized. I haven't noticed a noticeable difference yet. Send it to me, Olivia. However, I am double checking MLS data here because this was a bit odd. I'm going to keep this one because I've compared a ton of MLS data and I've never had a noticeable issue. So this is a first for me. But that's your typical Texas non-disclosure state. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Sorry to be experimenting in the middle of the live stream, but I need to double check this. I'm going to quickly just check X Leads comps and see what the heck is going on. Okay, let's flip over to comps. 1 second. And this one is saying, let's go back last year. This one is saying 665, 590. So strange. 590. Okay, so Xlead's got it right. And then it's just saying that something sold for 665. It's saying that everyone's saying that this one sold for 665. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So let's look this one up. Did this really sell for 665? What is going on here? This had to sell for. Anyways, I'll look at this on my own time. Weird. Okay. So, back to what we were doing. Cool. God, you got to, wholesaling in Texas is so hard sometimes with the non-disclosure stuff and the prices. Okay. Olivia, cool. Send it to me. Max, is Dallas your only market? Dallas Fort Worth is where we primarily operate. However, if you're doing deals outside of there, I can try to help you out. Okay. What other properties? This one, is this one fixed up? Ooh, that one's ugly. I sort of like this one. It's pending. So I'll show you what it's like to call it pending. It's not at all bad because you're just going to try to see if you guys click here, you guys can actually get the seller's phone number. So that's actually pretty nice. So click right here, save the lead. Right here, the phone number will come up. But I like to call pendings because you can build a good relationship. So here is the seller phone number. So there's Kofi's phone number. Sorry, Kofi. And it's pending. So then here is D Lemon's phone number. We'll call D Lemon. I actually like calling pending investment properties. And you guys are probably like, well, Max, then what's the point? Like the deal's going to be, I'm not going to get the deal. Well, if it's a listing agent who actually is successfully going to sell an investment property, that means they're probably a listing agent that you want to work with. So it's not bad to build your book of business by doing it this way. So we have a 3-2 1964 house in somewhere. Where are we now? Let's see where we're at. Just south of Dallas, and it is listed for $250, and it probably needs a good it's so ugly. I don't know. Probably if it wants full rehab, like at least $50,000 in rehab. So let's call the agent.
Premium Realty Group?
Hi, is this D?
Yes.
Hi, D. My name is Max. I actually saw you were the agent on the property on Magna Vista.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. I saw it went pending. Is that going to go through?
Yes.
Well, good. Awesome. I have a fund here in Las Colinas, and we're buying houses similar to this. Usually like brick, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses that need some work, about this price range in good rental neighborhoods. So do you get a lot of investment properties like this, or is this more of a one-off?
Every now and then. Every now and then.
Okay, gotcha. Is there someone at your brokerage that does a lot more investment properties, or are y'all mostly retail?
Well, you can check, are you on my website?
No, I could go over to your website.
Yeah, if you can reach out to Leah. I'm driving. I can text you back her information when I stop driving.
Oh, okay, and wonderful. Then what was your website?
It's Premium Realty, the number 1.com.
Okay, well, yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and again, congratulations on this one. I'll make sure to follow up and then follow up with Leah and send you all my information.
Sure, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
I'd rate down to 5. Right, so it's an okay realtor. You can throw it into your CRM, but they're not doing a lot of investment properties. So just keep on calling. But good for them. They sold that one. Or they're going to sell it. You can always follow up if they don't sell it. I would keep that one just on the watch. But you can, if you guys want, we can go over to Premium Realty 1. Premium Realty 1. And let's see. She said to reach out to Leah, so you just go in there and reach out to Leah. But yeah, I mean, they're not doing too many investment properties. They got a lot of deals though. Good for them. Mostly new home construction. Blobbity blah blah blah. But maybe they're also a good creative finance agent as well. So there you go. All right, so y'all sent me a couple leads. Let's check these out. I need to figure out what's going on with this data. I'm gonna go back and compare all this stuff after this. So just reaching out about those PPO. Okay, no, not that. Okay, so you sent me a property. Agent is dumb and wants me to talk first, but he also owns the property. Okay, that's an interesting description of what's going on. Here is the property. So it's a pocket listing. It's off market. It's owned by an agent. Send me the agent's phone number, please. That's the beauty, though, of having a software like Batchleads or Xleads. Let's see if I can actually just pull up the phone number. Hold on. Let's see if we can get the phone number. I don't know why you would get a software that doesn't have unlimited free skip tracing. It's like a deal breaker for me. This is sort of annoying that you have to wait to get the phone number, but there we go. We just got the phone number. So we'll see if that's the right number. As far as the house, you said $6,300 foundation bid. House looks pretty good. I mean, maybe like $30K and it works. So what are we at, like 40? Looks pretty solid. Maybe a little bit more. It could be 50. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, cool. And then what do we think ARV is? I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just going to call this guy and see what's going on. Screw it. I don't need any more information. Let's just call this agent. Olivia, you really left me with nothing on this one. No phone number, no info, no numbers on where you were at negotiating. All right, here we go. Oh, but it was on. Oh, I see. It was actually on MLS. Now it's off market.
Hello, this is Christine Rodriguez-Davila. Please leave your message and I'll return your call.
Interesting. So this is actually the seller's phone number and it was off market. Interesting. And then this is the realtor's phone number. So what would we offer on a house like this? So we obviously know she's motivated to sell. She just canceled her listing. Let's flip down and try to comp this thing. We're going to double check the numbers to make sure everything's right. Let's see. So this one, so our house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1660, 1964 build. Cool. I mean, we can just pull up some comps that are pretty similar. So this is these are good. That's a good comp. That's a good comp. That's pretty good comp. Good comp. Right. So you can just do that if you want. That one's actually 1 bathroom, so that's not a good comp. And then it's going to say, hey, estimated values around 320. Okay. Cool. So that's what it's sort of saying ARV is. Let's see if I agree. No pictures on this one. What the hell? There we go. This one looked to be, how fixed up is this one? This one sold supposedly for 347, and it's not that fixed up. Just want to double check their numbers. Okay, and then this one sold super cheap, which is a bit weird. Okay. Let's throw this into Propelio just to double check, see if I'm confident with the numbers here. Sorry guys, we're doing experimenting together. And comparable sales, let's check it out. I trust Propelio's data with my life. What do we get? 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 This one said it sold for 290. Eastview, it says sold for 290, whereas nah, bro, your data off today, bro. That's saying damn. Okay. Batchleads, what the heck? What the heck? I'm out here saying how much I love your software, guys, and although it's great, it's failing me for comping. You sent me the wrong number? All right, cool. Okay, well, it seems like the comping is not doing well in non-disclosure states. What a bummer. Okay, so let's check. This is why we do these things together, guys. I ain't going to sugarcoat anything. I just want to check one more time. Let's just comp this property super quick with Xleads. My bad. My bad. Dang it. I'm going to have good data. Here we go. Okay. So you said, okay, wrong owner, but I'm going to comp this thing real quick just to make sure the data. If you're outside, though, the data would be fine. Let's go back 1 year. Let's see what Xlead says. Xlead says 290. Yep, Xleads is right. Xleads is right. Okay, cool. Just wanted to double check that. Okay, what did you say? I didn't. The one I put in there is the correct one. Okay, cool. I have no idea what you're saying. Scott is the owner. Wrong number. You never sent me a number, Olivia. So I'm a little bit confused. Okay. Did you said you were going to send me one, Kylie? Let's go back and call some more. Man, I'm bummed about this data. Well, thanks y'all for joining in and learning about this experiment. Okay. Oh, shoot. You guys are popping in messages. Thank you for the number, Olivia. Dang. All right. Let's call. Let me find another property in the meantime.
Hello, this is Scott.
Hey, Scott. My partner Olivia told me to call you about the property on 2708. What was it? 2708 Westview in Mesquite. Okay, wonderful. Now, you were the agent on this property. Is it still for sale?
I'm the agent and the owner. Yes.
Oh, you're the agent and the owner. Okay, understood. Well, my name is Max. It's nice to meet you. I'm an investor out in Dallas-Fort Worth, and just wanted to learn a little bit more about this property. Why'd you take it off market?
Because I had about 40 showings and everybody couldn't get over the fact that it had foundation issues. And I had about 30 offers for about 160 to 175, a couple at 190, but they backed out. And then so I gave it a good shot. So now I took it off the market. I'm going to fix the foundation, paint it, and sell it for more and make my own money. I didn't want to flip it, but I guess I will.
I guess you're forced to if you don't get your number you want. Well, I can double check where I'm at in price. Do you have a good foundation guy? I just had to redo my foundation in Dallas. I got a really good guy.
I'm always looking for another one to add to my list. I got a guy that is I've used before. He's going to do it on Wednesday.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me run my numbers and then see where I'm at.
The problem is that I guess maybe I should price the house at 280 and then let people discount it. You know, I price it 200, and people are like, well, it needs $40,000 worth of work, and I'll give you 160. I'm like, well, okay, well, then it's worth 280, you know. But anyway, so that's kind of my position.
Okay, sounds good. And then, where would you want to be at in terms of price, so that you don't have to do the work yourself?
I mean, the foundation's getting done Wednesday. I mean, you know, I'd still sell it for. I'll sell it right now for 200 and have the foundation done. But I mean, if you're trying to come in, you know, significantly less than what I'm asking, it's just it doesn't work for me.
Okay, yep, that all makes sense to me. So I'll just go do my due diligence. I'll send this over to one of my analysts, and then they'll get back to me today, and I'll let you know. But if not, I'll shoot you over my foundation guy's information.
All right, I appreciate it.
Sounds good. And then, do you get other investment properties? Or
yeah.
not? Yeah, you do.
Yep.
Great. What type of properties are you mostly getting?
Ones that need work.
Okay. And then, do you take those down yourself and buy them, or you're selling them?
I mean, I always buy them, and then I either fix them up and sell them, or sometimes I sell them as is.
Okay, sounds good. And then, can you just give me an idea? So, other than the foundation work, what's the condition like inside?
It's caused some sheetrock cracks, so it's
sure.
Sheetrock cracks fixed, and I'm probably gonna end up doing paint and flooring.
Okay. So then sheetrock, paint, flooring, but then as far as like the kitchen, the bathrooms, like are those like rental quality or are those more like HGTV quality?
They're more like rental
They're more like rental quality. Okay, so it's almost rental ready. Just needs a little bit of work.
It'll be livable. It'll be ready for somebody to live in it or rent it, or after it has the paint, the flooring, and the foundation.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. You know what? This may fit our funds buy box. Let me reach out to our fund manager, and I'll get right back to you.
My pleasure. Do you have my email address?
I should. I think Olivia should have it, but I'll ask her. I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Interesting. Okay. So let's check this out. Sent you a message on. I pitched 155. Yeah, that's why he hates you. So it looks like this property is a property that, if fixed up, would. So this is probably your best comp. This is a perfect comp. You literally could not ask for a better comp. This is the perfect comp, and it's sold in 18 days on market for $290, and it's not even nice. So, that's not even nice. This looks like shit. This one was smaller and looks like shit and sold for $244. This one looks like shit. Well, no, it actually looks sort of like nice. Surprised I only got 300. There may be, it's actually not that nice. So yeah, I would say as is, it can probably be worth closer to 3. This one's on the market for 260 though. With a little bit of love, I think it can be worth closer to 3. So, let's say, we would say, 300 times, foundation, it's probably going to be, he said 6,300. I'm sure my guy can do it even cheaper. He's stupid cheap. So let's just say your total of about 20K just between stuff. I don't know how roof and all the other majors are. I should have asked. 0.75. Honestly, I can sell it for I can sell it for 0.75 minus, say, 30. Yeah, the deal's not terrible. It's actually not terrible at 200. Our fund might be interested in it. So I'll shoot this over to our fund here and see if it's something that our fund guy would want to look at. Interesting. Okay, good find. Good find. Because, guys, what I would do here is rentals. We just look to see if it would cash flow. This thing would probably rent for at least $2,000 all day long. And if I can buy it for around 200,000, that's not bad. So usually the 1% rule, guys, is, let me open my little journal here. You can see all the stupid games I'm playing. All right, so my little journal, I'm going to write like garbage right now, so bear with me. So if a house rents for $2,000, that means that we would want to buy it for $200,000, but that $200,000 includes the purchase price, the PP. It includes the rehab, and that would also include the assignment fee. So let's say that Olivia wants to get paid $10,000. Let's say the rehab is 20, so now we would want to buy it at 170. But I think maybe we can, that's just back in the napkin rules, but we're close. We're close, so it's worth sending over. All right, sick. Yo, I can pitch 190. I know you can. Yo, hey, Max, how do I join a Discord? Oh, yeah, thanks, bro. Here you go. There you go. Join on in the Discord. Sorry, guys. So today's live stream is a bit of an experiment live stream. It's the first time we're using Batchleads, and although I love them from on market, their data for non-disclosure states for comping has been failing me today. So that's a huge bummer. And it's not like I just spent 2 hours yesterday recording a video about comping, and now I'm going to have to go and redo it. Woo. Great. My life is miserable. So, with all that being said, let's look at some more properties. So Kylie said she sent me over a property. We'll check that out. Let's see. I'm actually coming out with my own wholesale calculators, and it's going to make a lot more sense. But usually your typical 70% rule tells you what the MAO is, or the maximum allowable offer, and that's how much you should offer on a house. However, you can usually sell a deal somewhere between like 75 to 80% of ARV, depending on the neighborhood. So that's why if I put this number like 75 or 78, that's what I'm going to sell it for, and I'm just subtracting an assignment fee on the back end. But don't worry, I'm coming out with calculators that's going to make everything more sense. But usually 70% is where you want to start your offers, usually. And then 75 to 80% is where you're going to want to sell them. Okay, let's check out Kylie's. 1009 South Brazos Street in Weather. Ooh, a Weatherford deal. I haven't seen a Weatherford deal in a while. So here's the house. House hasn't changed much since these pictures. The front doors are green now. Oh, what a great addition. I'm driving around today, so I'll send all the info. The left side of the house, central heating and cooling. The right side of the house has a mini split that heats and cools 3 bedrooms. The kitchen is on the back side. You can see cracking right here on some of these new pictures she's sending me. So here, I'll open it up. Here, guys. See this giant freaking crack in that crack? Dude, that's the foundation screaming at you. We got some big foundation issues here. The guy that kitchen on the left side, which no, the guy that removed the brick. Dang, people be DMing me on Discord. Wrong house, not this one, lol. Oh, well. Anyways, I'm looking at that one. All right, we're looking at this one. Our rate is 4%. Oh, is that your house? Oh, that's awkward. Anyways. That's the wrong house. My bad. We're doing another deal that she's bringing me. Okay, wrong house. Hey, 4% rate. I'll buy it sub 2. Let's go. All right, my bad. I have to look it down later. Okay, here we go. You got foundation issues, Kylie. 4307 Bonham Street. That was like the most long-winded. My bad. Agent is Julie Nguyen. 30-60-day lease back. That's annoying. They do not want option. Okay. Escrow's already opened. Oh, it's a probate. Don't mention me. I could see why I'm not going to mention you. They probably hate you. No interior pictures. This one is, where is it located? This one is Preston. Ooh, it's Preston Hollows. Preston Hollows. Okay, this could be pretty good. Let's throw this baby in the Propelio and see. All right. Let's see. Why am I not getting any good leads coming up? Oh, it's under lot land. That's why. Hold on. All right, cool. So we're looking at a house that is no idea. It has no idea what the house is. It's a 1,200 square foot house. Okay. And this is a bigger house that sold for $690. That's actually fairly nice, not super nice. This one is a small little house that sold for $520. So, yeah, you know what? I have an idea of what it's worth. Oh, those are my emails. That's the wrong place to be. Let's flip on over and call this realtor. Cool. Today, I am off today. I'm doing a million different things. Okay. They want $550 though. They want way too much money, Kylie. I don't even think it's worth calling, but I'll call them anyways. I mean, they want way too much money. Oh, land play? Oh, someone's saying a land play. Interesting. Kylie thinks on.
Hello, this is Julie.
Hi, Julie. My name is Max. I was actually reaching out about your property on Bonham.
Okay.
Sounds good. I have a fund here in Dallas. We own rental properties. We also do some new home construction. So I just want to get an idea a little bit more about this property, if you don't mind.
Did you see it online or did you drive by?
I've only seen it online.
Okay. So what questions do you have for me?
Yeah, so I guess I'm just trying to understand. Well, one, is it on Lockbox or Supra?
No, you can't view this. We're selling it as a lot value only.
Okay, so it's being sold as lot value. That's what I was wondering. So is it something that you believe could be rehabbed or not, in your professional opinion?
I don't believe it should be rehab. I don't know why anyone would want to buy a house in this area and want to rehab it because everything around it are in the millions.
Yeah. We've
It makes
done.
absolute no sense to me when people call me and asking if they can add a second story. I'm like, why would you want to do that to a 1940 house? So there are houses in this area, same lot size, and they're being built right now. I believe they're asking like 2.3 million, which is, I don't know who's the builder, but I would never pay for that because the elevation looks absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
But they have a few that's like 1.95 million, 1.975. I have a listing of my own. We just went under contract, but we had difference of opinion on certain things, so we came back out of contract, and that's directly across from this property.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so do you do a lot of that's the $1.58 million property. You do a lot of
1.575 million is the one that I have that went under contract.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cash offer. There's a lot of cash buyers around this area.
Yeah. No, okay. Sounds good. No, we work with a lot of new home developers. If it doesn't work for us. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I see one lot sold in the past in the 400-ish range, and I do agree that I'm seeing the houses go from, in the mid ones. Some of them are listed a little higher.
For 525. Last one was sold recently for 525.
Okay, let me see if I can pull that one up.
I'm not sure why you're pulling 400. I've had people try to school me on certain things.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to school you by any means. That's just what I pulled up. So.
Oh, no, I'm saying I've had other people, including realtor, try to school me on certain things, and that's when they either get blocked or I'm not going to talk to them again.
Yeah.
I do list quite a bit.
No, I understand. Yes, I guess I'm getting at 4422 Merrill sold for 485, but unless I'm missing another property.
You are missing it.
Okay.
Last sold was actually on Sexton for 525, and another one was sold for 520.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Then I'll make sure to try to find those leads. Okay. Great. So nothing else I should know, right? That seems to be about it.
So the seller will need a 30 to 45 day courtesy lease back because he is elderly, and that's part of the deal. That we've had plenty of offers, and none of them really match what he was looking for. And he doesn't accept any lowball offers. All the offers that I've had are pretty close to the asking, but he needs something that's going to secure his lease back.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it. I think I got all my information. Okay, thank you so much.
All right, good luck.
I did not vibe with her. Who's calling me? Hello? Yeah, hello? What, do you want to buy one of my houses? Because I don't want to sell my houses.
No, not a problem.
Okay. Goodbye, VA. I get freaking wholesalers that call me all day long from the Philippines. It's so annoying. God, that lady was not it. I don't know what she's talking about. What's she talking about? There's nothing that's sold on Bonham. What am I missing here? There's nothing. Anyways, that was an L. Because sometimes the vibe is off. The vibe was not strong on that one. All right. Let me get that property off the screen. Okay. I like how we started with Batchleads, but then we moved away. All right. Let's try this again. All right, let's see if we can find another property. What's filters on? All right. What's going on here? Oh, it has the filters. I'll take that off. Do. Man, that data thing threw me off. All right, don't school her, Max. Yeah, I wasn't trying to school her. It's just I literally cannot find the properties she's saying sold. I don't know. The lot to me. So, anyways, yeah, let's talk about that deal. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Goodbye. Oh, don't worry about this stuff. That's work. Goodbye. There you go. There you go. You can look at my little background. I'm hiring a VA, so don't tell my girlfriend. No, that was just a VA, guys. I'm trying to hire a VA. Yeah, I mean a property where you would look at sold land comps, and sold land comps are like in the 400 range. Like usually with 400 to 500, we usually want to be cheaper. That one land comp that was 600K, that one was a bigger lot. It was 25% bigger, and bigger makes a big difference to rich people because they can build an even bigger house. Our lot's not that big, and if a lot is selling for like houses, she kept saying houses were selling for 2 million. They weren't. They were active for that, but that doesn't mean they're selling for that. So let's just say even if they sell at 1.5 million, usually you'd want to sell that lot for around 25%, 20 to 25%. What's that? That's yeah. It's just the whole thing just didn't make sense to me. Probably 25, even 30% sometimes. Oh yeah, run from those deals. That was a garbage deal. Just run. And then like that realtor, when I was like, oh, so you're working on the house across the street that's listed, the one that's listed at like 1.57 million or what the hell I said. She said, no, it's listed at 1.56524321. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's find another property. I almost died on that one. Let's get out of sold. Anyways. But yeah, you know what? We may derail this conversation and talk comping here for a second. I've been trying every comping software, and I really liked the user experience of Batchleads. However, now I'm noticing that more and more I'm comping that the data is not MLS ready for non-disclosure states like Texas. So yeah, don't use it if you're in Texas comping. Xleads has been bulletproof. I've thoroughly tested it, and Propelio has been bulletproof. So those are my two recommendations. Deal Machine is not good for comping. So comping-wise, I've been on Xleads and now Propelio. I don't know what she was on about, man. 443. I guess we can check. On that one, I would pretty much say, like, hey, if that lot sold for like 450, I can probably sell it for like same. I would just look at what the sold lot sold for, and then I can probably sell it for pretty close to that. I have a land calculator that's coming out. So here, let me draw this out for you guys because you guys seem interested in this. So here we go. So usually how this works is that, and again, don't mind my writing, in the ghetto, or we call that in the country the sticks. I think that's how it's spelled. I don't know. Sticks. You want to buy land for about 10% of ARV. Okay? In suburbia, just your regular houses, you're usually around 15%. And this is a rule of thumb, guys. Sometimes you can go up to 20, right? But it's a rule of thumb. That's usually where we're trying to buy. And in high-end neighborhoods, the 90210s of the world, right? So in luxury, you're usually trying to buy it at 20% of ARV. Okay? And then our goal as wholesalers is to sell it 5% higher. So we try to sell this for 15%, we try to sell this for 20%, and we try to sell this for 25%. Okay? This is a good rule of thumb. I created it. I'm a genius. Use it. Now, You would also not just go off of this, because let's say these houses are 1.5 millis is what they're selling for. Maybe you could call 2, right? Let's just say 1.5 million. 20% of 1.5 million is, what's that? 300,000. And then we could try to sell it for, God, math is hard. Anyways, let me try to sell it for 375. Like, that's close, but I think we could even go higher on this one. You know, you could potentially call this 2 million. Let's say you called it 2, so then our offer would be around 400,000, and we try to sell it closer to 500,000. So that's what the rule of thumb is telling us. Now what we would do is we'd compare our rule of thumb to actually what's sold. And I saw that one sold lot that was in like the, what was it? What did it sell for? Like 475 or something? Which makes sense. That's really close to our number. So I would pretty much grab what the best sold comp is and then try to discount it, maybe like 10K or a little bit, and then put it out there at that price on the market. Just depending on how much supply and demand there is. So that's sort of where I would be at. So anyways, I think I could help sell this for high 4s. So she wants 550, she's out of her mind. And that's why she hasn't got that offer yet. And they want a lease back. So let's talk about that. They want a 2-month lease back. Don't mind my writing. So that means you just spent $500,000 to buy this lot, and now you got to let them live there for 2 months. Now, maybe they'll pay, maybe they won't, but the thing that's annoying is you don't usually come out of pocket cash for this. You have something called private money, right? You're getting a loan, and this loan is going to probably cost you at least $5,000 a month. So that means now, for 2 months, that just cost you $10,000. And that doesn't even include taxes and insurance and utilities and other things. So, you know, it's a bit annoying that they want a 2 month lease back. It's not the end of the world, but also new home builders, when they buy something, guess what they want to do? They want to frickin' build. They don't want to wait 2 months. So they're just making it even harder. All right, guys. Well, this was an interesting live stream. I got to go and play around with Batchleads right now. Yeah, I think that's a great way to do it. The more you wholesale, the more you'll learn what properties. Let's do a Q&A now, guys. Let's do a Q&A. Ask me questions. The more you wholesale, the more you'll learn which properties scream creative financing. So what I always recommend you do is any wholesale deal, I'm always throwing it on Xleads and then just understanding the situation. So let's just take a property, right? I'll explain to you how creative finance works in a nutshell. And I'm sure you already know, but this is what I would do. You know, if we have a property and, you know, we take a house, let's pull one up. Bam, we take this one. If you want to use Xleads, use code 10 off. Get 10% off of Xleads. Thing is a banger. Cool. We also got our AI scores. Sick. Anyways, you know, we'd go in here and we'd figure out, okay, right, does the property have a mortgage or not? So let's say I get in there, I pitch a cash offer to one of my wholesale deals. They reject it. Okay, depending on how close we are, I always then go to see if they have a mortgage, right? If they have a mortgage, we can go and look. You know, they have a mortgage, it's at 3% interest. Guess who's now interested in doing sub 2? So that piqued my interest. Am I going to pitch seller financing now? No, I'm not even going to bring up the word seller financing unless I have to do a hybrid deal that comes next. So how creative financing works is we always start with our cash offer. Always start with the cash offer. If we can get a deal done cash, no point in doing creative. So we start with cash. We see what they say. If it's, yeah, that could do that cash offer, take it, run, wholesale it, buy it. I don't care, right? We start cash. Now, if they say no to cash, we see, does the property have a mortgage? If they have a mortgage, we think subject to. If they don't have a mortgage, we think seller financing. For subject to, what are we looking for? We are looking for low equity, and we're looking for a low rate loan. Low equity, low rate loan, and also a long amortization. Unfortunately, this one's only a 15-year am, but it's such a low loan that it's fine. They should have got a 30-year loan. They really messed up. But that's okay. So this, I'm thinking, okay, cool. It's a good rate, and now I want to check if it's low equity. So they have around a 210. If you go in here, it'll tell you what the current loan balance is somewhere. Here, current mortgage balance estimate. They're saying it's only 155. You'd have to double check that with the seller because this data is never perfect. It's hard to get perfect data. And then, you know, what do they want for the house, right? If the house is worth 455, right? That makes it a high equity. So now already that's not a good sub 2 deal, right? You're not going to pay $300,000 out of pocket to get $100,000 of loan. So now I would approach with the hybrid, right? So it's like, hey, I'm interested in taking over your loan and the additional $300,000. Are you open to payments on that? Now, if they say no to that, then I go novation. So that is my path for subject to path. The other path is, let's say we pull up a house and it's free and clear. Or there's a very, very small loan on it, like talking a few $1,000s, but usually it'd be free and clear. We pull up a free and clear house. Not only do we get their cell phone number, which is so cool, love Batchleads, we know that this house is free and clear. Cool, they don't have a loan. So let's create debt, right? So then I say, cool. Then I talk to them about seller financing. So how I negotiate seller financing is just like anything else, I try to understand their situation. So how I just got a 0% seller finance deal, 0% for 30 years. I actually have to go to that house right now. I got to actually call my contractor here right now. And how did I get that? Well, one, it was from a wholesaler, but we had to understand the motivation. Motivation was that a family member passed away and she didn't want to hold the houses and she was scared a squatter was going to move in. Okay, got the motivation. Then I just said, okay, my cash offer is 100,000. You want 160. We're nowhere close. I can do more money if you're open to terms, but I need to get the terms that work for me in order to get the price that works for you. And she said, okay, I really want my price. I said, okay, you really want your price. Are you open to taking money over time? I'll pay you your price if I can do this over time. She said, yeah, I'm open to that. I said, cool. I explained to her the benefits of passive income, lowering her taxes, explained to her all that. And then I said, I need to have, again, terms that work for me, but I also trying to make this a deal that you're excited about. So tell me, price is important to you. What else is the most important to you? Do you have any credit card debts or any loans that you need to pay off immediately I can give you some cash down for? If you notice, I didn't say, can I give you a big down payment, right? I just said, I anchored it small by saying credit card debts or some small amount or next month's rent payment. So I don't want to give a big down payment. So I'm not going to say, can I give you 10, 20% down? Like, I'm not going to anchor it that high. Then I just say, is there amount monthly that works for you? I don't ever say the word interest. I don't say complicated words like amortization. I just sort of have them anchor it. And she said, you know what? Like, I really want this amount monthly, like $400, $500 monthly, whatever. And then, like, I don't care how long the loan is for, but I would really like $10,000 down. Then you can start to negotiate terms that make sense. So that's how I do creative. Sorry for the long-winded answer. You always start cash. If your deal's dead, look to see if they have a loan. If it's a low-rate loan with low equity, pitch sub 2. If it's a low-rate loan with high equity, pitch hybrid. If it's a seller finance, if they don't have a loan, it's seller finance. Then try to negotiate good seller financing terms. If they want a big down payment, then think Morby method. We can talk about that another time. If none of these options work, pitch innovation. If none of those work, they weren't actually motivated. You can always list it for them too. Yeah, cool. Sounds good, bro. Roughly, how many deals have your team done with on-market deals lately? Hold on, I'll tell you right now. I'm going to open up Salesforce here. I'm going to tell you how many properties we currently have under contract and how many of those are on market. Give me a second. Actually, a ton of our deals come from on market. All of my my entire team is licensed agents, so they just destroy MLS. Okay, so currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 properties under contract. And let's go through these. This one is not on MLS. This one is on MLS. This is a house in, one of my agents, Joe, got this one under contract. This is a house in just Dallas. Cool. Little brick, nice little house. This one is on MLS. So again, Joe got another one on MLS. This one is not 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 on MLS. All the ones that are not on MLS are all JV deals. Sometimes we'll get a pocket listing, but they're usually just JV deals with other wholesalers, not on MLS. And then the last one, number 9, is on MLS. So currently about 30% of our inventory is on MLS. I would say that's about right. Maybe about like 1 in every 5 deals we do is an MLS deal. They're a little bit harder to sell, but if we can get a good price on it, it makes sense. What other questions do you guys have? What other questions? Really, your goal with MLS and how these agents are getting most of their deals, I'd say half of them are from new agents and the other half are from reoccurring agents that just bring them deals. I made $56,000 on a deal that an agent brought us. I also made $40,000 or $50,000 on another deal that an agent brought us. We usually just assign everything. Rare occasions we'll double close, but I'll never double close on you, a wholesaler, and I'll never double close on my buyers. Personal buy box. So yeah, there's a few different levels. We have a fund at our company. They have their own specific buy box in DFW. Me personally though, I just buy anything that's a friggin' good deal. So I personally do student housing. So I buy houses near a college near me. Buy like 4-bedroom houses, whatever, convert them to like 6-bedroom houses, make sure that they have 3 bathrooms. I rent out each bedroom. It's a good business for me. Makes me a lot of money. Almost like pad split except for student housing. I also just own a flip out in Fort Worth that I think I'm just going to keep. I also have another little creative property out in Dallas. So, dude, I like good creative deals or I like my student housing. So, I mean, if something makes money, I'm not going to say no to it. What more questions do y'all have? Oh, Batchleads. I need to go and review all your data. If you're not wholesaling in Dallas, then it really doesn't matter. If you're wholesaling in Dallas, it's a bummer. No more questions? All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to jump off. I have to run to my rental property and go and get it fixed up. Let me call my... Yeah, I don't have to call my guy. All right, guys. Well, we'll get on tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be PPL Tuesday. So we're just going to buy some PPL leads and call them. So appreciate it. Sorry about the kinks in today, guys, but we'll get it all worked out. Peace, y'all.